Alright, so it's the 4th day of cycling on the Arctic Coast Cycling Tour with ActiveNorway.com. We're in Hamn right now.
Yep.
And what are we doing today?
We're gonna cycle for a few hours and then get a 2-hour ferry to Underness.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, so we're only cycling 17 kilometers today, so pretty short, so we can take our time here in this nice place that we're at right now.
Which is nice.
Jump on the ferry, and then we're at our hotel. So that's the last shot of our apartment here in Hamn, Norway. This place is really beautiful. I feel like when I travel, sometimes, very rarely, I find a place that's like, I gotta tell people about this. And like, nobody has ever heard of this place, Hamn, Norway. I've never heard of it. But you gotta come here. Like, this is one of those magical sort of places. Beautiful scenery, a lot to see and do in the area. Great place to stay here. Yeah. Come here right away. So here's where we are in Hamn, Norway, and over here this is where we did the current rafting or body rafting last night, and today we're gonna cycle down this road through a tunnel here. There's a tunnel right here now, and then along the coast to Gryllefjord. And once we're there, we're going to get on a ferry boat, and that's going to take us to a town called Anders or something like that, which is where we're going to be spending the night. So today is a very short day. It's really just about 20 kilometers or so, and then we have a 2-hour ferry boat ride. Yesterday, I rode all day with no gloves.
I don't know how.
My hands were freezing,
All my fault.
and Sophie had my gloves the entire time. I don't know how you picked them up. Well, we're on the road. It's a little chilly today, but again, I don't think it's gonna rain. At least not in the next 2 hours or so. Car-free roads once again, beautiful scenery. The mountains behind me right now are just out of this world. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, pretty incredible. So today's really short, but just gonna try to enjoy the ride, and then we get on the ferry, which will be an experience in and of itself. So yeah, it's a good day. I think going through the tunnels here in Norway, kind of fun actually. Some tunnels in Norway you can't bike through, but all of the tunnels on this bike tour you can. There's very few cars, so it's really not scary, and the tunnels are lit, so it's pretty safe. And they have these buttons that you press before you go through the tunnel, so lights flash for the drivers indicating that there are bikers in the tunnel. So yeah, it's pretty safe overall. So while I'm waiting for Sophie to get up here, I'll tell you a little bit about the weather here above the Arctic Circle. I didn't know what it was going to be like because this is my first time above the Arctic Circle. I was afraid that there'd be snow and that it would be really freezing cold. But actually the temperatures are quite mild. Like, it's cold and we're wearing jackets, but it's not freezing. I'm not wearing gloves at the moment. And yeah, it's pretty nice overall. I'm talking about the weather, Sophie.
It's not raining yet.
Yeah.
Threatening to.
But overall on this trip,
It's been great.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little tiny bit of rain, but mostly just held off.
Yeah, I think we've had like, what, 10 minutes of rain or something? Really not bad at all, so. All right, we're gonna go through the tunnel now. Tunnel. I'm gonna press the button. Okay.
Did it even happen?
I don't know. Yeah, the light's on, I see it. It's a downhill tunnel. Sophie's gonna like that. Gosh, that was like a smack in the face with the weather all of a sudden.
Right,
just talking about the weather though. Just saying how, oh, we've only gotten 10 minutes of rain, and then as soon as we get out of the tunnel, blasted in the face with water. The rain stopped. It only was on us for 2 minutes or something. So now we're at 12 total minutes for the whole trip for rain.
I'm gonna have a treat. Get some raspberries.
So we made it to the ferry port. Anyways, we're at the ferry and we have to wait like an hour and a half or 2 hours almost for the ferry now. So just waiting, trying to stay warm. There's my lunch. Sophie, what do you got for lunch?
I have a couple of sandwiches, a salmon sandwich, a jam sandwich, and then more sugar with some rice pudding.
Rice pudding. Yum. We made it on the ferry. Our ferry cost 440 milk for the both of us. So we're on the ferry now to Andenes, Norway. It's a 2-hour ferry boat crossing, so we're just taking in the sights as we're leaving the port here. And yeah, it should be a great ride, so we're enjoying it. It's really cold and windy outside right now, but I'm gonna go inside and hang out in the lounge. How do you feel?
Alright, today was fine. It was short, and then we got to go on a ferry for a couple of hours, so which was super relaxing, I thought. Darren didn't agree.
I think the ferry boat was more tiring than a whole day of biking. It wore me out. I'm tired. I'm ready for a nap.
Darren and I are going to make some dinner tonight. We're not sure what we're going to make, but probably something delicious.
Yeah. So on this particular day of the bike tour, we are on our own for dinner, and we could go out to one of the local restaurants, but there's a little kitchenette in our apartment where we're staying, so we're gonna make our own food. I think we're gonna get pasta and salad stuff maybe, but we'll see. Okay, what do you got in there, Sophie?
We have some pasta.
Yeah.
And we have some strawberries. We have some sweet corn, and we have some beans for Darren. We have some avocados and some pasta sauce, bananas, strawberries, and raspberries. Did I say strawberries twice?
I don't know. Looks good.
Yay!
That's our dinner.
That's our dinner. It's gonna be good.
We just got food at the supermarket, and it cost 316 NOK, which is about $38 US dollars. And yeah, that's the cheap option here in Norway instead of going to a restaurant. So now we're gonna go home and go home and prepare our giant delicious meal. Yes, Sophie's gonna be the cook because I'm a terrible cook. I'm volunteering you for this job.
Sure.
That strawberry looks a little funny if you ask me.
Yeah, there's a funky little one.
It's a weird one. Our cook for tonight here.
Almost ready.
English.
Yeah, it's really, really English. It's like some 90-year-old woman who's judging people's cakes for a living.
sun pour, silhouette of a boy, wash our bodies in the silver light. I'll sing sad songs, you tread swirling ways, you know. How to float, I don't, I'll sink like a stone, shifting patterns in salt water. Silhouette of a boy, it was only ever you. It was only ever you. It was sunset in Wisconsin and sunrise in North Dakota. I will trace your footsteps backwards. I'll find some pine trees, then some winter, and I hope these might bring you something wild or quiet adventure. And in the pink and purple morning, you catch some thought that keeps forever.
It's 9 o'clock on a Thursday. There's kids out playing. You don't see that in a lot of countries.